Good day and good vibe, and welcome to another episode of Chill Art. Chill Art is a public service program of the Leesburg Center for the Arts. The program's goal is to help people shift focus to the positive. Body-mind experts and guest contributors from across the country volunteer to present their mindfulness modalities and give our viewers tools to better cope during challenging times. Then, after their presentations, we walk you through a short, no artistic ability required art project. Think of them as fun, creative, moving meditations that calm the soul and raise the spirit.
Peace, tranquility, calmness, and the ability to handle whatever is thrown your way throughout the day in a more centered fashion. Hello, my name is Pat Gilmore, and I am the guest contributor again today. I am Mandala Earth Art as well. I am an environmental artist as well as a mandala artist, the program director for the Leesburg Center for the Arts, and a former wellness practitioner. I'm going to say good morning, even if it's afternoon when you're listening to this, because for me, I'm sitting here with a cup of Earl Grey tea. And I just finished a sitting meditation, a mandala drawing. We'll talk about those in a bit. And between the rain clouds, I took a lovely walk. We may hear some thunder throughout this short introduction, but that's okay. It's a beautiful March morning. Every morning is beautiful. And March is meditation month. It is. I'm not sure if it's an international meditation month or simply meditation month with one of the websites I follow, tricycle.org. I'm on their free daily newsletter list. And one of the things I do in the morning after I take a time to just sit and ground and center in a quiet meditation is I read one of their very helpful articles. And they are running a meditation month, and you can, if you're watching this or listening to this anytime beyond March, you can go in and take a look at their archives. It's very helpful. Having a morning practice, something that you do first thing in the morning to center yourself, is truly important, I believe, because I have seen the difference between just jumping out of bed and jumping on the computer or jumping out the door and taking time for myself. When I take time for myself, things just go more smoothly throughout the day. I may have the same stresses thrown at me, but I handle them in a much easier fashion. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. Routine is important. We all have our routines. They aren't habits, they're routines. We can just take a moment and just think about, how did you get out of bed this morning? And I don't mean what side, and I don't mean if you were frenzied, but what did you do? I know for me, not that it really matters to you what I'm doing, but I get up in the morning and I go to the bathroom. I wash my face and I put the coffee pot on. And then I get on the computer. Well, I used to. Now I take a time to sit quietly, and I use a recording. I'm also using one of tricycle.org's apps on my tablet to find a guided meditation for 20 minutes. And then I draw a mandala. That is going to be the art tutorial for us today. So I'm not going to take too long in this introduction, except to give you some links that can be helpful to you, including the app I'm using in the mornings to choose a guided meditation. I put my headphones on. I have my cup of coffee near me so I can smell that wonderful odor, aroma of coffee, and I sit in a comfortable position and I just take 20 minutes to listen. There are many different ways to take that meditation time. There's so many forms of meditation. And if you're new to meditation, a guided imagery type of walking you through may be very helpful for you. And there's several on that app that I think you might enjoy. We're going to move right into the art tutorial this month. And I really hope you enjoy it. I recorded it a few weeks ago. and it's time. Let's learn how to do a morning mandala that can help your brain get organized.
So today's no artistic ability required art project tutorial is how to do a pen and ink mandala from scratch. Now these are very, very simple mandalas. These are on 5x7 pieces of paper. And when I am in any type of stressful situation, what I do is I do these in the morning. I literally keep a setup next to my bed on a clipboard. And when I have spare time, I draw out this template that is done in pencil that can later be erased. These are 8x5 index cards. They come in packages at Office Depot, and there's 2 or 3 to a package of these packages within the package. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. 8x5 index cards. And I'm going to show you how to set these up and why something that looks as complicated as this can be so simple and incredibly meditative. This is mindfulness because, as I say, you can't have stinking thinking and keep the symmetry. Do you know there's lots of coloring books out there, and I have nothing against coloring books, but I will say when I'm trying to relax and do a jigsaw puzzle or a coloring book, because it's all mapped out for you, my mind does not stay centered, it doesn't stay focused, and I can get into, running a conversation in my head, thinking about the future, mostly thinking about the past, what I could have said, should have said, wanted to say, probably better not saying. It's not really mindfulness. Mindfulness is trying to clear out the mind a bit, but it's about being seriously focused on something. So I've been doing these over the course of the month, and there is a now passed on psychotherapist named Carl Jung, who had his patients do these, and they were windows into the psyche. So I love to do them because they are symmetrical. You put a mark down, just one mark. You don't have to think about what you want it to end up looking like. You put one mark down, and then you put it in 4 or 6 or 8 places, depending how we split these up, and you'll see what I mean in a moment. So all you're doing is drawing one little line or dot at a time, and you just do it over and over again to complete the pattern, and then you make another dot. So they really, really don't require any artistic ability at all. So saying that, and the fact that the symmetry and the focus helps to relax your mind, keeps it from being chaotic, you become more focused and more centered. So the very first thing we're going to do today is learn how to set up these templates, and you can just sit in front of the TV and do a whole bunch of them, and then there'll be a different new one every day. You just grab one, what I do in the morning, and I put it on my clipboard because I haven't even gotten out of bed when I do these. That's the whole idea. I don't want to see what the weather is. I don't want to see what my email has. And I certainly don't want to look into anything like Facebook or turn on the TV and do news. This is what I want to do. If the computer's on, it's only on because I have some really beautiful, calming, soothing music. And that's how my day starts. So I'm going to move some things around on the table here, and then we'll get into learning how to line these out and all the supplies you need. Okay? Good. Let's go. Okay, so let's learn how to line out one of these templates. Now, again, I am using 8x5 index cards available at a home office place. And I like them because they're uniform size. I don't have to go fishing for paper or little scraps. I have them all as I need, set up and ready to go. You will need a pencil. You'll need a ruler. You'll need an eraser. You'll need a compass, and you can find compasses at dollar stores, and usually they come packaged with a plastic protractor. I like to use these little paper ones, and you can download one of these from leesburgarts.com/chillart. Just look for this episode and you will find it, and you can print it off yourself. I printed this on a lightweight cardstock, and as you will see, it has the compass points of north, south, east, and west. These are 90-degree angles. You have all the degrees marked off by number. And for me, I've made it easy for myself in that if I'm going to do a 6-pointed mandala, I have little red marks on the 30-degree points. And if I want to do a 45-degree, I have them marked off here, just because I do a whole bunch of these and put them aside and have them ready in the morning. So here we go. This is so super simple. The first thing you want to do is simply mark off with a pencil halfway through the card. So in this case, since these are 8x5s, I have marked off at 4 here and 2.5, and I've drawn this line here and this line there. That's so simple. Then I'm going to take my protractor and I'm going to line it up. I know these lines are very light, and you want to keep them light because you're going to erase them. So let's see. Let's just do 45-degree angles. Again, I've already counted here, so that's 45 there, 135. And there you go. Simple. Next, we'll just connect those dots. I like to turn my ruler over off the cork. It's right down at the paper, very lightly sketching in those angles. Now, if I had to do this every morning, it would take too much time, plus I'm sitting in bed with my knees up with my clipboard there. So that's why I do a bunch of these in advance. Next, you use your handy dandy compass. And I don't want to go off the paper, but I like to do the outside one first. And these are very random. You're just going to make a circle. And then move it in a little bit and make another. Don't ask for how far you move it in because they're all going to be different. I don't want to do the same template every day. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. I made these pretty even. The center one is always the hardest. There we go. So what do I mean by that? Where's my stack? So these I did up in advance. See how the lines are not, the circular lines are not always the same? This one's quite different. I like that. I get to play with that. So let's start a mandala together, and you can see what I mean, that no artistic ability is required. So you can put away all your tools. You'll need the eraser at the end, and then you need a fine point Sharpie or any other brand. It doesn't matter. Now, here's a tip. I'm going to set this up as if you've never done a mandala before. And it's going to be like connecting the dots. So wherever there's an intersection, I'm going to put a dot. I suppose I could do this in advance on all my templates. I don't always do this, but for people that are brand new to drawing these from scratch, this becomes really helpful, because just about everybody in this country has done a dot-to-dot drawing as a little kid, and you are literally going to be connecting the dots. So we'll just get a bunch of dots in here, and you'll see what I mean. No artistic ability is required. See how trance-inviting, inducing this is? All your responsibility is to draw a few dots. Okay, now I'm going to go get my glasses so that I can, my reading glasses, so I can see better. Okay, I'm back. So I have my Sharpie and everything has dots on it, all the intersecting joints. Now, I like to make curvy lines. You don't have to, you can make straight ones. It's the psyche, according to Carl Jung, is the curvy lines to show more of the feminine side of your personality and the straight lines the masculine. But let's not get into psychoanalysis here today. We just want to learn how to make a simple mandala that you can do as a mandala a day in the mornings. Okay, so I'm going to just do a curved line from here to there. I am not thinking at all about how this is going to turn out. I just want to draw a line. So I'm going to draw a curved line from that point to that point. And I'm going to do it again until that whole area is done. So I'm going to the next one and curve that up. I'm going to try to keep this in frame for you. Next one. Just keep going around. Sometimes I put this on a lazy Susan. There. That's simple. Now, maybe I want to make another line. I definitely do, otherwise this looks pretty unfinished. So I'm just going to take from this dot to that dot, and I'm going to make that curvy too, because I like curvy lines. And then I'll do that until each of those lines are connected, and it creates a pattern. Kind of looks like a gear in my head. Or it looks like the sun. So what's next? Maybe I just want to take a curve this way. So I'll do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what you do. You make one line and then you repeat it 7 times because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the pattern today. So what will we do with this one? You want to repeat it over here? Why not? We'll go curve out that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See how designs are just so easily created? Now maybe I just want to take that dot and that dot. Just follow the pencil line. You don't have to worry about drawing a straight line. It's right there. Just trace right over it. There you go. Well, maybe we'll do the inside line too. Make that nice and neat. So if your mind wanders, it's really easy to put 1, 2, 3, and then 4 in the wrong place. Don't worry about it. You just come back and finish the pattern that you were intending to do of the curved line. And then also do the mistaken, there is no mistakes, happy accidents, right? You just do that mistaken line over and over again another 7 times somewhere. So I don't know, I'm going to make a curved line like that. And I'm going to do that all the way around. Okay, and I'm going to curve it on the other side too. Almost like a petal. It's really fun to look at your finished drawings and see all sorts of different things. And sometimes little animals pop up in there, little faces. There's a Christmas hat right there. It doesn't need to be. But the other thing, once we get close to the end, I'm going to skip ahead here, is I like to go in on these beginner ones and just reinforce the dots. It just makes the design pop a little bit more. Again, these are more mental or emotional exercises in a physical form than they are to be great art. They're a little beyond a doodle, but they're meant to be enjoyable. See how that all just comes together? And you can go further out, further out, further out. In fact, I want you to. In fact, I want you to take images of your morning mandalas and send them to me. Let's take a look at what's been going on in my life. So I had been doing these for about a month and a half before the pandemic, during a stressful time where it was just very, very busy at the center with scheduling. And I decided in January of 2021 to start them again. What I do is I like to date them on the back because it's really fun to look back. So I started these 1/11/21. So that one's kind of busy. I like to put little lines like this. It just kind of shows vibrations coming out from that. So my brain was kind of working on that. By the next day, it was much more calm. And the symmetry just helps me keep my head straight from the moment I get up. See how simple that one was? Here's a few more vibrations. We ought to look back and see what day that was. That was the 15th. Not sure what calendar day that was, what day of the week. Here's some more. This is just a wonderful, peaceful, meditative, mindful practice. Art is a moving meditation. When I finish these, finish inking, and I just sit back and go, yeah, it's done. I'm done. I go in and I erase all those lines. Now, this type of paper doesn't work well with watercolor to color them in, but they're really great for just something permanent: ink, pen, pencil, and you. And you. This is about you, centering and focusing. So, there you go. That's how you set up a morning meditative mandala for pen and ink. And I again urge you to not only do them, but take a image, take a photo, and email your photos to LCFA.BUZZ@gmail.com. And we will put your images on the Chill Art page at leesburgarts.com/chillart. Until next time, have a truly wonderful, wonderful day, a wonderful week, wonderful month, wonderful time, and stay calm, get focused, and create some art. See you soon.